Well, hello, toy fans. My name is Josh, aka Doggy Pants, from the Mezco Toys forum. I am coming at you with Pest Generation Toys to give you a review on one of Mezco's newest Living Dead dolls, the kick-ass Hit Girl, the oh so controversial doll that just recently came out. So, let's start off with the box. The box is pretty fantastic. On the front, we have a picture of the actual doll itself. On the back, the character from the movie. It is your standard window box. It does have the sealed front with the Velcro that opens up, which a lot of toy fans actually tend not to like, because you can't display your dolls without taking them out of the box. So I would suggest Mezco, maybe reconsider doing that in the future. They have made a few of the LDD Presents in a window box with an actual open front that you can display without opening, which I think is really great. They should do that more often. But regardless, the box is pretty great. The images are fantastic, and here's the doll itself. Pretty good. We're going to open it up and take a look. Alright, so here she is. Hit Girl. The costume is actually really detailed for Living Dead dolls. The material is pretty fantastic. She even has her little knee pads, which you see in the movie. The gloves are actually painted on, but still great. She has the curved hand where she can actually hold her weapon, which is new for the Living Dead dolls. Her weapon, awesome, right? Looks great. Here's the problem. This is the second Hit Girl that I've actually had. The first one, when I first tried to put her weapon in her hand, was being very gentle, like I always am, and it snapped right in the middle. And I doubt you're going to be able to see this in a video, but there is kind of a little indentation right along the center, and it can break very easily, so you have to be super careful with it. What I suggest doing is, in the little opening on her hand, actually sliding the blade straight through, and then working the weapon into the hand itself, so that you don't have that issue. Other than that, great. The accessory obviously is fantastic. Her outfit's great. You do see little stray threads here and there, but whatever, not a big deal. The belt is also very detailed. It's attached to the skirt, so the only thing is it does like to ride way up further and make it look a little ridiculous, so you got to keep it down. The hair. The hair is actually pretty nice. It's fairly thick in regards to most Living Dead dolls. It feels like their hair has gotten thinner and thinner throughout the years. So it's not too bad. The rooting could be a little bit better, and she definitely had some serious wonky hair when I got her out of the box. But I tend to, run a brush through it and actually trim any bizarre stray hairs and whatnot. Yeah, she did have gel in her hair, also kind of standard now for Living Dead dolls, which I despise. And actually, it's not just Living Dead dolls. I also collect Monster High and a couple other things, and you find that with them as well. And toy companies, I beg of you, stop putting that ridiculous gel in the hair. It doesn't do anything. You think it holds it in place for when they're being displayed, but really it doesn't. It just makes them look disgusting, like Something About Mary, because the hair gets wonky anyways, but then it stands crusty-like in a whole bunch of different directions. Please, for the love of God, stop doing it. Okay, anyways. So the hair. It is the only thing that doesn't feel realistic about the doll. I mean, they couldn't really have addressed this anyways, but in the movie and in the comic book, the purple hair is a wig, but obviously they're not going to put a wig on the doll and actually have other hair rooted underneath, though that would be cool. The purple hair is rooted into her head. We have a mask. The mask's cut pretty fantastic. You can see her eyes through. I'm going to pull the mask right down so you can get a better look at her eyes. Her eyes are really lovely. However, she has kind of the standard issue that a lot of Living Dead dolls have. The staining from the dye of the leather used in the mask. So get ready for it. Here it is. Bam! Look at that. A lot of this staining can come off actually if you just use, though people would be really yell at me for saying this, but I tend to use it anyways. I like fingernail polish remover. But you got to be really careful because if you get close to their actual paint on the eyes and whatnot, you'll remove that coloring as well. So you want to be super careful if you're going to do that. I'll probably do that a little bit later, try to get some of this nastiness off. But I'm going to bring the camera a little bit closer so you can take a good look at her eyes. Bam. So pretty good. No serious wonky eye issues that you see every once in a while. The detail's kind of nice. Yeah, so overall I would say a pretty decent doll. On a scale from 1 to 5, I'd give her maybe a 4. Fun factor's good. She's got a great weapon. Can get in great poses. Yeah, so let's talk about the thing that everybody despises about poor Miss Hit Girl from Kick-Ass. Living Dead dolls, they're no stranger to doing presents or doing dolls from movies. We've seen Michael Myers, we've seen Freddy Krueger, we have the Chucky doll coming up pretty soon. But all of those kind of feel along the same line as the standard Living Dead dolls that we've seen all the way back to Damien and Exorcist and Sin and Sadie and whatnot. However, then we have Hit Girl, who, the movie is very violent, great, but she's a living character. That's not a horror movie, it's an action movie. It's like, it just doesn't feel right, you know what I mean? It feels like if you had made a Spider-Man doll or even a villain, I guess, from one of those movies like Bane or something like that. And it just, I don't know. But it doesn't really bother me, you know. The doll is pretty cool, and I will display her with the rest of my Living Dead dolls. So yeah, I still give her 4 stars. And I highly recommend for those that are... Whoa, my computer just went crazy. I highly recommend for those that are hesitant about getting this doll to actually get her, check her out. Great detail. The outfit is fantastic for most Living Dead dolls. You don't see the amount of detail that we have in this doll. So, yeah, I guess that's it. 4 stars out of 5. Come and check it out. She's a great doll. Buy her. Diamonds exclusive. Great. Yeah, so that's it. Thanks so much for watching my little review. Hopefully I'll have some more in the future. We'll see. Who knows? I'll see you guys on the forums. Take care. Bye.
How do I get a hold of you?
You just contact the mayor's office. He has a special signal that shines in the sky. It's in the shape of a giant cock.